It was 9:47 p.m. when the noise began. Not a siren, not static. A low, droning hum, deep and steady, like a heartbeat slowed to a crawl. It filled every corner of the city, invisible but impossible to ignore. I was sitting alone in my small apartment, scrolling through my phone, when the speakers, though powered off, flickered to life. That hum spilled out, rattling the glass of water on my desk, crawling into my bones, shaking the very air. My phone buzzed. A message from Clara, my neighbor. "Do you hear that too?" I looked out the window. The street below was packed with people, but none were moving. Heads tilted toward the night sky, eyes wide but empty. The hum wasn't coming from any one place. It was everywhere at once, a wave of sound swallowing the city. My teeth started aching. It was like the vibration was coming from inside me, pulsing in rhythm with the hum. I blinked, trying to focus, and then the noise stopped. A heavy silence fell, thicker than anything I'd ever felt. The usual city sounds faded into nothingness. 10 seconds passed, maybe more. Then the screams began. A man's voice erupted from below, pleading for help, but it turned into a choking gurgle and cut off. A woman screamed close by, but her cry was abruptly silenced. My door shook as Clara pounded hard, her face pale and dripping sweat. "Don't go outside," she warned. "What's happening?" I asked, grabbing my jacket. She shook her head. "I saw Mr. Harlow from 3B. He was standing in the street when the noise stopped, and then she didn't finish." Suddenly, heavy banging rattled the building's front doors, glass cracking under the pressure. Again and again. Frozen, we exchanged terrified looks. The pounding grew frantic. We crept down the stairs. The lobby doors shook as if something massive was trying to break in. Outside, under the flickering streetlight, stood Mr. Harlow. Barefoot, his skin pale and translucent. His eyes were huge and black, blown wide like an animal's in the dark. His mouth hung open, and from deep inside came that low, haunting hum. But he wasn't alone. The entire street was filled with people, hundreds of them, standing still, humming as one, faces blank and eyes black. Clara yanked me back, and we ran upstairs. The hum was inside my head now, thrumming like a second heartbeat. My vision blurred. My teeth ached fiercely. Clara shoved the couch against the door. "This isn't the first time," she whispered, pulling a battered walkie-talkie from her pocket. Static crackled, then a voice spoke. "If you're hearing this, you're still alive. Stay inside. Don't look them in the eyes. The signal gets in deeper." I grabbed the walkie. "Who is this? What signal?" Only static replied. Then the hum started again. Louder, deeper. It crawled through the walls and under my skin. My vision flickered, like a light switching on and off behind my eyes. Clara handed me earplugs. "Put these in." I obeyed. The pressure eased, but the hum remained. Minutes later, scratching began. From the walls. Soft at first, then frantic and sharp, fingernails clawing at drywall. The wallpaper trembled in a corner. A crack split the plaster. A pale hand pushed through. A face followed. No mouth, no nose, only two enormous black eyes. It didn't blink. Its limbs were long and thin, skin stretched tight over bone. Clara grabbed my arm. "We have to go." We ran down the back stairs, out into the alley. The street was chaos. Rows of people stood, motionless, facing the old radio tower at the city's edge. The hum began faintly, then swelled. Clara pulled me toward a delivery van. "They're being pulled there. The tower's the source." "How do you know?" I asked. "Last time I didn't make it. I was one of them." She shoved me into the van and slammed the door. The hum surged, filling the van like a living thing. Outside, the crowd turned slowly, faces blank, eyes solid black, all facing us. Their bodies moved stiffly, unnaturally, as if pulled by invisible strings. Clara's hands trembled on the wheel. "We have to reach the tower," she whispered. I nodded, heart pounding. The van roared forward, tires skidding over cracked asphalt. The city twisted around us. Buildings flickered, warping between ruin and normalcy. The streetlights blinked out, replaced by unnatural darkness. The hum hammered inside my chest, vibrating through every bone. I pushed the earplugs deeper, but the noise seeped through. Up ahead, a figure stood motionless in the road. Clara slammed the brakes. I gasped. The figure was pale, its face smooth and empty where eyes should be. It didn't move, but the hum pulsed from it like a beacon. Clara swerved to avoid it, heart racing. The roads grew narrower, bending and looping in impossible ways. The sky darkened, a violet-black void blotting out the stars. We passed the same gas station 3 times, its flickering sign glowing weakly. "Are we going in circles?" I asked. Clara shook her head, eyes wide with fear. "I don't know." The van finally stopped at a dead end. Before us yawned a massive chasm, glowing with eerie, pulsing light. Inside the crack, tangled human shapes writhed in the glow. The people chasing us knelt at the edge, faces raised toward the light. One by one, they crawled forward and disappeared into the abyss. Clara hit the gas to reverse, but headlights appeared behind us. Another van blocked our path. The driver's door opened. It was me. Same jacket, same face, but eyes pure black. The hum poured from my doppelganger's mouth. Clara screamed. My double smiled. "You've already heard it." The hum was inside me. The van's engine sputtered as I stared at my double, the hollow-eyed version of myself grinning with a twisted certainty. Clara slammed her foot on the brake, but the other van blocked us completely. The hum in my head grew louder, a relentless tide pulling me toward the darkness beyond the chasm. My vision blurred, and for a moment, I thought I saw myself reach out from that black-eyed face, stretching across the divide between us. "Don't listen," Clara shouted, grabbing my arm. "Fight it." I wanted to fight, but the hum pulsed stronger, filling every corner of my mind. The radio crackled to life, the same voice as before, but distorted and desperate. "If you hear this, run." The signal consumes. Static filled the airwaves, then silence. The ground beneath us trembled. The chasm's pulsing light grew fierce, casting monstrous shadows on the van's walls. Outside, the followers began to move again, their blank eyes fixed on the van like predators. Clara turned the key and the van roared backward, tires screeching against the cracked pavement. The darkness seemed to bend around us, swallowing the road. "Where are we going?" I whispered, teeth clenched against the pain in my head. "The tower," she said, voice trembling. "It's the only place to end this." We sped through deserted streets, twisted and broken, as the hum grew into a deafening roar. I tried to block it out, but it echoed inside my skull, a monstrous lullaby promising oblivion. Ahead, the radio tower loomed, a twisted silhouette against the bleeding sky. As we neared, I saw shadows moving beneath it, writhing and twisting like living smoke. The van stopped. Clara killed the engine. "We have to get inside," she said, eyes wide with fear. The doors creaked open. The cold night air bit at my skin. We stepped into the tower's base, where a strange energy hummed, pulsing in sync with the signal inside me. I felt it crawling beneath my skin, searching for a way out. "Clara," I whispered, "what is this thing?" She shook her head, voice barely audible. "It's not from this world. The signal, it's a beacon, and we're the prey." Suddenly, the tower's interior flickered, walls warped, bending like liquid metal. A voice echoed inside my head, ancient and endless. "You heard the frequency. Now you belong." My vision faded to black. I woke up alone in the dark, cold concrete beneath the tower. My head pounded. The hum was a dull roar inside my skull, but I was still myself. For now. The air smelled metallic and stale, thick with tension. Clara was gone. I scrambled to my feet, heart hammering. The tower's pulsing light cast long, twisting shadows that danced like ghosts on the walls. Then I heard it, a soft shuffling sound, like footsteps on cracked concrete. From the shadows emerged figures. People, or what used to be people. Their eyes were black voids, skin pale and tight. Their mouths opened in silent screams as they approached. I tried to run, but my legs felt like lead. The hum pulled tighter, whispering lies in a voice I knew was my own. A hand grabbed my shoulder. Cold, unyielding. I turned. It was Clara, or was something wearing her face. "Welcome to the frequency," she said, voice hollow and distant. "Fight it," I begged, but the signal had already claimed her. She smiled, teeth too sharp, eyes darker than the void. The others closed in. I covered my ears, screaming, trying to drown the hum, but it was everywhere, inside, outside, all-consuming. Then, from the depths of my mind, I remembered the earplugs Clara gave me. Fumbling, I shoved them in. The pressure lessened. The black-eyed creatures recoiled, snarling. With a surge of desperate energy, I sprinted through the twisting corridors of the tower, searching for the source. At the core, a device pulsed with raw energy, a glowing black sphere humming with life. I grabbed it. The hum screamed louder, but I squeezed tighter. A blinding light enveloped me. When I opened my eyes, the city was silent. Empty. No people. No hum. Just quiet. But deep inside, I knew it was waiting. The signal wasn't gone. It was only sleeping. And soon it would wake again. Days later, I sat alone in my apartment, the world outside eerily quiet. The city had emptied as if everyone had vanished overnight. No news reports. No explanations. Just silence. The hum was gone, or at least I thought it was. I touched my jaw, wincing at the faint ache that still lingered. A reminder. My phone buzzed. A message from Clara. I froze. "Did you think it was over?" The text read. No sender ID. Just those words. Then the call came. Her voice, distorted, cold, and hollow, whispered through the speaker. "You belong to the frequency now. It never leaves." The screen went black. I dropped the phone. The room grew cold. A soft, low hum began to rise, faint but growing. From the corner of the room, a crack appeared in the wall. A pale hand reached through, followed by a face with black eyes and no mouth. I backed away, heart pounding. The frequency was coming back. And this time, there would be no escape.